We steady be rocking. What's up, everybody? Oh, let's see what we got here. Got hey, what's up? Everybody at? I have people up, Lewis. Elaine, what's popping? Oh man, it's been a long time. Been a long time. Been a long time. It's been a long time. We need a harmonica. It's been a long time. What's up, Jeff? It's been a long time. It's been a long time. What's up with y'all? It's not easy to blow my mind, but I'm open to it. I've had a rough. Listening and watching hockey, doing two things at once, sir. Y'all can hear me just fine, right? Why everything go wrong when I? Okay, maybe I should turn off Raid Shadow. Song powerful. We what? I think I'm on like reaction number 30 of time. I just I want to see where he's going with it. Because when you talk about things like the system, like if you don't scale the surface up. You know what I'm saying? Don't scale the surface. Like you got to go all the way when you talk about. Hope. Hope it is what it is. Yeah, I play Raid Shadow Legends. Yeah, if Stevie Knight like it, then it must be okay. But y'all forget, I'm a rapper too. I'm not just a, say a music reviewer, critiquer, or bar breakdown reactionist. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to see, I want to see progression. I want to see. So let's see. I trust y'all with time. We've been doing this for almost a year now. So be what next month? It'll be like the year anniversary of my first time reaction. Hangover gang came and hang out. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't one dimensional about these reactions. Stevie Knight liked it. Seemed like he was a trusted source. I gotta get my mind moist. So about the free. Say he leaves no stone unturned. Okay. Can we hear the music? Yeah. Be back with another one. I'm exhausted. Hey, hey, tonight I'm feeling exhausted like an exhaust pipe. Hey, we about to floss tonight. See, these bars still prolific. Everybody knows that these tripping, so I gotta break in and straight up slipping. I got to get the kickstand and kick it. Man, these words flying out my mind, so I gotta get in time. Shoot, I'm going through the portal. New different world, dimensions. Still in a pearl, still I got a pearl. Up in the. I ain't playing. I be playing. mind mo- the mind moisturizes. The mind moisturizes. Yeah, we getting the mind moisturized right now. Right now. You getting this? Yeah, we getting the mind moist right now. All right, I'm not gonna be on long tonight, so we're gonna get this done and over with. I'm gonna wait. Let me see, because I know YouTube be late with sending out the notice, so I'll wait. Or anything y'all guys want to ask me, future reactions. Um, what I'm saying, before we get started, I want to take some questions. Want to chat, catch up with you guys. Talk about what April was, and you didn't see me that much. So yeah, April was a wild month, man. I'm right off the cuff of getting. I was in a car accident. Um, in the midst of my taking a break, I was in a car accident. I lost a car that we just bought. It was the first time I owned a car that was like not old, not an antique. So it definitely was interesting experience. Never been in like that. You know, with the long commute, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, dozing off and then having a veer off of traffic and hitting the wall on the highway like that tripped me out. I had never had an accident. Then like I was in the midst of like, just taking a break from reactions. I wanted to kind of like take a step back and look at the scope and the direction of the channel. So I know I've been kind of updating you guys on like community tab, and I don't know if you guys really pay attention to the community tab. I had an opportunity to and I had an opportunity with a sponsorship, $5 grand. That didn't work out too well. Maybe because I fear marketing. selling. Um, so I was on vacation for a couple weeks, and I thought like I would do a lot of reactions, and I barely did one. I did 3 reactions in 2 weeks. Like I don't know direction of my channel. I don't want to be a one dimensional breakdown reactor. I kind what's up, Tina? I kind of want to. I want to give y'all a little bit of the old school, take y'all down the memory lane and get back into history. I want to. I got bigger aspirations with reactions. Just thinking about monetizing, like what's going on with that. What can I offer you guys? Offer you what kind of value am I guys? What kind of overall direction I want to take this community in. It's been a lot of soul searching because I struggle with feeling like I personally have uh value or self-esteem. That's something that I had I've been fighting for. So I just took some time off for some introspection and stuff, and I just I let the YouTube channel, and the funny thing, it was still growing, like not at the rate as like I was posting regular videos, but it was still going, and I was like kind of happy about that. Like I put in enough work, and I was getting some subscribers going. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, that's cool. A lot of people still reacting and commenting on that Adam Calhoun racism so, and even after all that, like, and I think everybody's struggling with finances right now. So it's kind of like, I want to be a full time YouTuber. I want to be a full time reactor one day. I just don't ever want to get bored. I want to always stay myself and be congruent. Now, I want to be comfortable enough to critique in a way where it doesn't cause any backlash. But that might be just pipe dream. Might just That might be wishful thinking because it's always gonna be backlash somewhere. And so I was wondering if I would start a Patreon or I would do documentary type of reactions and just offer that towards the members because I've been really, really bad about um introducing you guys to different types of music, introducing you guys to some of the old school artists like I grew up on with my granddad, and um kind of taking like trip down like music history. You know what I'm saying? Like giving y'all something that like I appreciate music's history. So don't spoil it, Tina. Um, but the goals I have for the channel, man, I'm gonna be reacting to a lot of different stuff. And if you guys don't, you know, I know you guys like, you know, watch what you guys subscribe for. But if you guys don't keep up, it's gonna get left behind. And still got the BTS. Still got. I'm going through Calhoun's catalog. I'm going up Church's catalog. Still going in back and forth through the UK. Still doing the Nightwish stuff. But sooner or later I'm gonna be uh looking for some more artists. I'll be back. Y'all will see me with Tom. You know what I'm saying? So it's I'm really am curious about what's gonna happen with. So let me know if y'all got any questions. You know what I'm saying? And then there's the Discord too, which is steady, but nobody's there. And shout out to Melanie and and shout out to Tanya wherever they at tonight. That's my moderators. Yeah, I'm glad you're here. Tina, you're making some odds tonight. What else we got? So that's a little bit of an update from me. So let's get to this reaction. Reaction keeps cutting out. Must not close enough. Why am I having audio problems? Is my mic cutting off, everybody? It might be the filters I got on this. Hush. Talking about my mic. Compressor. Noise gate. Open it. Yeah, YouTube is telling me that it's all good, so but it was telling me something was my audio bit rate or something. I think we're okay. Congratulations, Wayne and Tina. I keep seeing what's happening is I keep seeing this drop and it'll go back up. This is what I've been seeing minute to minute. Oh yeah, and got merch. So if you guys want to get your Mug Mafia beanie, you know what I'm saying, you the spread shop. That spread shop wearing this beanie. Every reaction from yeah, I just like it'll drop and seeing this thing telling me audios rated recommended rate. But it's telling me that screen status is excellent. Say the audio bit rate. Like it'll be stable and then go down. I've been like I think that and that's one of the reasons why I haven't been going live because I go live. It's been weird. But if I'm on Twitch, everything is okay. Like everything is okay when I'm on Twitch. Which is like, hey man, you're good. Good, man. Thanks for being a streamer on Twitch, sir. Texas Hall Squad, man. All right. Now ready to start this thing? Check this. Ooh. Yeah, it's my filters. Hey, what's up, Christina? Mm-mm. Yo, yo, yo. Are we ready? All right. Let's do it. All right, let's do this, y'all. Are you ready? Y'all know how we do it, man. Gotta see my chat. Gotta see my chat. I appreciate you guys for still kind of inconsistent. Apologize. Chat was in. Welcome back to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Welcome back to the channel, y'all. Man, we finna hit this thing with the Tom MacDonald reaction. So let's see. This is first solo cut of the year. Very happy about him and Adam Calhoun's success with the Brave. And shout out to Lane for sending me the hard copies. I can listen to the. All right. That being said, man, Tom MacDonald.
Welcome to the world, baby boy, I'll paint you red. Welcome to the world, baby boy, I'll paint you red and white and blue. The indoctrination starts as soon as you come out the womb. Pretty quick, we'll make you stupid with curriculums at school. And if the classroom doesn't do the trick, we'll make you watch the news. Pick your team, right or left, take the red pill or the blue. You can vote, but even if you win, still everyone will lose. Don't forget to buy designer because Gucci makes you cool. We prioritize material belongings over truth.
We prioritize. I like the way he started off that. I think, you know what I'm saying? I really like the design of the beat, and with the lullaby sounds in the back, kind of just adding more instrumentation as the beat progressing. So it's a bit of a different vibe, especially at the start. Kind of reminds me a little bit of what NF does a little bit. And yeah, I'm a little bit. We're gonna go back. We're gonna check this out.
Quick, we'll make you stupid with curriculums at school. And if the classroom doesn't do the trick, we'll make you watch the news. Pick your team, right or left, take the red pill or the blue. You can vote, but even if you win, still everyone will lose. Don't forget to buy designer because Gucci makes you cool. We prioritize material belongings over truth. Get a job that you can't stand so you can buy some cans of food.
Okay, so when it, I always have to stop when the beat picks up, you know. That tells you what the beat is really designed to do. It's supposed to be kind of like a high energy, high octave type of beat, like where he's trying to show his authority and what he knows is what's going on. You know, I like how, you know what? You gotta notice, like Tom got really good balance top of a crib like that.
You can vote, but even if you win, still everyone will lose. Don't forget to buy designer because Gucci makes you cool. We prioritize material belongings over truth. Get a job that you can't stand so you can buy some cans of food. Go overseas and die for freedom. There's some oil we can use. Our democracy exists so that you think that you can choose. But our algorithms make you do what we want you to do. What's the problem? Your depressed society has you confused. We got medication for you that you'll probably abuse. Don't get married to a lady who also don't have a clue. And pump out a few babies that are just the same as you.
So this is what he's getting into. He's talking about these cycle of America. We grow up, we have children, the indoctrination, and then how he alluded at the beginning, talking like white and blue indoctrination system. We go right through stuff like that. Like that's something I like. He's going in a little bit deeper because I know the last time, I think it was the Dummies video, if I'm not mistaken, or was it America? I think it was the Dummies video. No. It was, what video was that? Wasn't Dummies. It was, I think America, wasn't it? I think it was America because he was talking about 5 steps, you know, with indoctrination. You know what I'm saying? And I watched a Gothics video here lately, man. Right.
Don't get married to a lady who also don't have a clue. And pump out a few babies that are just the same as you. Welcome to the system, everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white.
I'm actually not a fan. I'm actually not a fan of the red eyes. I like the black-eyed Tom, the blackout in the eyes. Hollow Tom. I hadn't said Hollow Tom in a long time, but I'm not a fan of. I want to know what that. Brainwash, right? It was brainwash. My bad. Hey Tanya, what's going on?
That are just the same as you. Welcome to the system, everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong. Welcome to the system, everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong.
I want to go back on that hook. That's a good hook, actually.
You're inside the system, violence is a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong. Welcome to the system, everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong.
I think fighting for what's right, and I think what we're really fighting for is those old values that really held America up to a high standard. But those old values are kind of evolving right now, and the newer values are the table right now. I feel like what he's talking about. I like how right before the beat dropped on the hook, I like the fact that it was kind of quiet, like he was whispering. You know what I'm saying? But the singing is actually pretty dope if you listening to the clarity in it. It seems like Evan is really like ever growing and mixing voice just that much better. I really like the stuff.
Everyone's a victim, doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong. Welcome to the system, everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong. Welcome to the world, baby girl. I'll paint you pink if that's okay. We'll encourage self-destruction through the music that you play. We divided.
Encourage self. Where he's going.
Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong. Welcome to.
It doesn't matter what we're fighting for. We're all wrong. Yeah, I mean, just think about it. Just think about what we're talking about on social media. Think about who's running the engine. Everybody in their feelings. Fence is high, which is actually biblical prophecy that in the last days that offense. Everybody will be getting offended. So everybody is sensitive. Crazy.
It's a symptom, fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong. Welcome to the world, baby girl. I'll paint you pink if that's okay. We'll encourage self-destruction through the music that you play. We divided all the men by trying politics and race, and honestly, it's working awesome. So for you, we'll do the same.
They divided all the men through politics and race. So it's working, and for you. I ain't gonna stop it bar for bar, but
the world, baby girl, I'll paint you pink if that's okay. We'll encourage self-destruction through the music that you play. We divided all the men by trying politics and race, and honestly, it's working awesome. So for you, we'll do the same. Never teaching you to love yourself, inject you full of hate, objectify your sexuality, then blame you for the rape, and weaponize the differences that make our men and women great. Then just to screw with you, erase the genders. Everyone's the same. We'll empower.
Oh boy, Tom is a great writer. He definitely knows the trigger words, boy.
I'll paint you pink if that's okay. We'll encourage self-destruction through the music that you play. We divided all the men by trying politics and race, and honestly, it's working awesome. So for you, we'll do the same. Never teaching you to love yourself, inject you full of hate, objectify your sexuality, then blame you for the rape, and weaponize the differences that make our men and women great.
Objectify your sexuality and
objectify your sexuality, then blame you for the rape, and weaponize the differences that make our men and women great. Then just to screw with you, erase the genders. Everyone's the same. We'll empower you with rights to vote and fight for equal pay, then have the men turn into women and you'll fight for them again. But you thought you had it figured out, but everything has changed. Welcome to the system. Please enjoy your stay. Here's
Whoa. Those 4 bars was crazy.
The differences that make our men and women great, then just to screw with.
Hey, Tanya.
You erase the genders. Everyone's the same. We'll empower you with rights to vote and fight for equal pay, then have the men turn into women and you'll fight for them again.
Women.
But you thought you had it figured out, but everything has changed. Welcome to the system. Please enjoy your stay. Here's a Bible and a bottle of the cheapest booze we make. Find a man who can take care of you to fill the holes we made. Buy a house and settle down, fulfill your duty, procreate, and make a couple babies who will also do the same. Welcome to the system, everyone.
Oh, so those last 4 bars are kind of like the weight. Okay, so we got a little bit more. We got a little bit more.
everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong. Welcome to the system, everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong.
I'm kind of curious. I'm trying to figure out, why did he use a baby's room? Why do you guys think he used the baby's room? Because when I'm hearing in the hook, I feel like he's talking about a machine. So I felt like there should be more of a machine theme type of song, you know? I don't know why. I keep thinking about the term Skynet, Terminator. But system starts when you, so we're all born into it. And as we go through our life, indoctrinated. So I'm kind of, I don't know, what I visualize in my head and what he putting on the kind of weird. Indoctrination starts at birth. Yeah. 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 I mean, because I've learned that when they started the Social Security, that was more like of the, I haven't looked into it that much. Right now I'm reading. Nah, they ain't got nothing. But how do y'all feel about that though? How do y'all feel about that? Like that's crazy. Because they say we living in the American dream. But when they say dream, and we living in this reality, is actually kind of like we're living in a double entendre. You know what I'm saying? When they say welcome to the system and then the American dream, that feels like we're living in a double entendre. Literally. That's true. I remember I remember back before they started teaching us, giving them sex education, and I fell out with like about that whole. I was like, kids should worry about being children. Why do about sex at a young age? Cool if you want to teach them about responsibility, but details and how to do this, and I don't think it's so much religion. I don't think it's so much religion. I do believe that some religions tie into that. I think maybe I should make a separate video. But it does. It feels like we're living in a double entendre. I like this song because it gets to talk about some of the things that I believe. The only thing I disagree with in this song is about vision when it comes. I still think, and there's a video I want to react for you guys, but you guys have to promise to check it out. It's a video about the economics, how they keep Africa. And I saved it to my watch list because I was like, I gotta react to this because I feel like this is information that everybody needs to know. And it talks about the system in which they Africa poor. I was like, dude, this system bigger than what we see. That has cogs, that's keeping wheels turning all across this. So that's why he's using the red eyes, because he's. All right, I got you. But it talks about. I really want you guys to see it, and I'm kind of going in the different, like the America Compare video that I did, and and then I did the other one, Why America Sucks, and that's I want to go in that direction, Project Virtus or something like that. I want to go in that. It's really a world. Africa is rich in resources. Africa should be the richest country. Got colonization happening right in front of our eyes, and even I think Christian. But you guys have to. The cogwheels of this not. It has to be systematically taken apart or destroyed all that way we get. But let's continue the song, man. I've been rambling long enough.
The system, violence is a symptom, fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong. Welcome to the world, everybody. I'ma paint you black and white.
Yeah, he is talking about as he is the system, because I can hear that deep voice in the background.
I'ma make you hate each other so that everyone will fight. I'ma give you our religion, let the righteous find the light, but I will also give you science to oppose the word of Christ. And I'ma give you borders, they're imaginary lines. If you cross them, go to war and win when everybody dies.
They give you orders there.
Give you our religion, let the righteous find the light, but I will also give you science to oppose the word of Christ. And I'ma give you borders, they're imaginary lines. If you
Oh, I'm so sorry, Michelle. Sorry. That's me. That's me. I'm trying to fix. I guess I gotta keep my mouth close. I gotta keep my mouth close to the microphone. I think I know what it is. Noise gate. All right, you guys got me now? Yeah, it was the noise gate, yeah. Now it looks a little bit more smoother. All right, my bad, you guys. All right, so let's go. Let's go.
our religion, let the righteous find the light, but I will also give you science to oppose the word of Christ. And I'ma give you borders, they're imaginary.
Now think about that. They give you religion. They give you certain types of religion, and then give you science to go against that. You guys are so forgiving. I love you guys.
Just find the light, but I will also give you science to oppose the word of Christ. And I'ma give you borders, they're imaginary lines. If you cross them, go to war and win when everybody dies. And I'ma give you money that you'll value more than life, and let the 1% have everything while you fight to survive. And then I'll give you politics, I'll call it left and right. And while you divide yourselves, I will conquer both the sides. Can't you see? I'm the system.
Didn't I mention that? I mentioned that in the previous reaction. I don't know what we was reacting to. It might have been brainwashed. But I said I always believe that the left and the right are operated by the same machine. You know what I'm saying? I always believe the left and the right are part of the same machine. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to face my, like, it's like Two-Face. Like, you die either way. You know?
I'll call it left and right, and while you divide yourselves, I will conquer both the sides. Can't you see? I'm the system, my whole purpose is divide. What you choose will never matter, because everything is mine. Welcome to the system, everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong. Welcome to the system, everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong. Welcome to the system, everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong.
Shout out to Nova for the video. All right. I actually like the song. I had some, when I saw the thumbnails and I saw the design, like I was a little taken. I didn't know where he was going with that. What's up, Hop? Sorry, I didn't tell you I was on, bro. Like I didn't do all my social media stuff before I went on. So I'm sorry. I want you guys to kind of think about it. Like he said, one thing that I point out in the hook, and I want to discuss like kind of like what I believe in that. Okay, so because I've been researching a lot of things about history and African history, but also I've been researching history as far as like Spain and the culture of that time period. You know what I'm saying? Like what were they doing? You know what I'm saying? Where did is it culture that's given to us, or is it culture that, you know, we created or perpetuated somewhat? Doing good, Hobson, man. I'm glad you in here, man. But this is a conversation that needs to happen. You know what I'm saying? I wish my subscriber count was big enough to get Tom, and then me and Tom can have a dialogue, you know, about that. Because what I believe, I think he said, whether you're black or you're white, you know what I'm saying, they hate us. He said, I hate you all. You know what I'm saying? But I also like the way I'm going with this is that I feel like all of it is true. Yeah, I've been finding out some stuff about Spain and Lane. I was like, ooh, man. Ooh, boy. I think there's a system that suppresses black folks, but I also believe part of that system keeps us enslaved in the mind too. But part of that system isn't like there's like what I want to say, like I feel like it's all the system suppresses black folks from being where they need to be at. So they created these cogwheels to continue the suppression, right? And anytime that anybody rises up, they, you know, but I also believe that system and the mental enslavement of society, because it all affects everybody, you know? It all affects everybody. So you gotta understand that they've created a network of like, okay, this will work like this will work like that for them. And how do we keep people indoctrinated? We'll have them go through our education camps, public school camps, And then for the privileged and the rich, we'll teach them about economics so they can be the bosses of each generation that rises, that comes up. Elaine, your blood type must be everybody. Your blood type rated E for everybody. You got a lot of history to comb through, Elaine. You like, man, I gotta read history about Africans, Spanish, the Irish, and the Indians. I'm telling you, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I like how we did that both sides with men and women. And it's kind of and it kind of reminds me of like the condition that, black folks go through when men versus women. You know, it's weird. It's weird how, you know, as a culture, we as black folks, our black women are telling us that we trash men, right? Crying because we need men. Then when men try to be men, they don't want us to be men. Yeah, Cameron, you came on a little too late. Say I'm English, Irish, Dutch, Jewish, Scottish, Welsh, German, and quarter Cherokee. I'm like I think I'm a quarter Cherokee. Yeah, I mean I thought the same thing with Black Lives Matter, Michelle. I thought the same thing with Black Lives Matter. Like just follow the money. Do you guys want to watch something I've been researching? Do you guys want to get into some educational stuff? Because this is the level that I'm on right now. Like, let me go back into, okay. What was that? Okay. I'm gonna show y'all this video. We gonna react to this. Where is it? Yeah, I've been watching a lot of Kevin Samuel stuff. Um, where is it? This video, I'm gonna react to this video. So I'm gonna save that. Who was listening to Tasha Cobbs? Anyone? Where is that video? This one. This one. This is the one I want to show y'all.
But this presentation is fundamental.
All right, so this is how the West want Africa to stay poor, right? So I just want y'all to listen to this. I'm not even gonna interrupt. It's 30 minutes long, okay? So I'm gonna just let it rock. Actually, let's play this at two times speed. Nah, let's play it at 1.5, okay?
Fundamentally designed to say is this: Africa historically, sub-Saharan Africa, has been fundamental to the global prosperity of the advanced countries. Okay? And Africa had a role to play. It has a role as a raw material producer. We will not allow sub-Saharan Africa to escape that. Okay, we do everything to keep sub-Saharan Africa where it is, also impoverished. It's absolutely vital for the prosperity of everyone else. So let's get clear about that. Okay, and this means all the economic structures, all the global institutions, and the economics we teach everyone is all designed to keep Africa exactly where it is. And whether it is Europe or US or now China, it's always the same. We need Africa to be impoverished because we need those raw materials and we need them dirt cheap. Okay, so that's the message. It doesn't mean to say that there's nothing Africans can do. Of course there is. Okay, but this is the opposition that they're fighting. This is what it's about. Because if Africa does do something different, I assure you living standards of all those in Europe and North America and Asia is going to fall. Okay? And that is a big price to pay. I assure you that the West is not going to allow that without a big fight. Okay, so this is what it's fundamentally about. What I want to show you is how these structures are operating. It's just 20 minutes, so we can't do very much, but just to give you a little bit of an idea. And why I keep the ideology part there is because we are part of the producers of ideology. At universities and academic institutions, we are complicit in this whole enterprise. Okay?
All right, let me know if you guys can hear just fine, okay?
So the job of many Western academics is to convince Africans they have to keep doing what they're doing. Okay? And to show them it's your fault that you're poor. It's not our fault. It's your fault that you're poor. You know. So this is what we do in academic institutions.
All right. Yeah, like right after this, like I'm gonna post a reaction.
And I want to show that as well. We just start. This is what it's basically about, so you know what it's about. I want to just show you the extent to which we are specializing in the production of raw materials and basic agricultural goods. We know the basic forces that have caused this underdevelopment. We know it's colonization. I will not discuss that very much because my colleague speaker is going to go into some aspects of this. But I do want to discuss the global economic structures, the global financial institutions, and economic ideology, briefly, to give you a flavor of those. Let me start with this. You can't really see it so easily, but if those of you who are interested, you want the PowerPoint, I'm sure we can make it available to you. But the thing that you really need to see is the top line. Okay? And the extent of dependency is captured by this statistic at the top.
Yeah, thank you, bro.
And you compare it with all other income groups. And what you see is essentially in that one statistic how dependent sub-Saharan Africa is on raw material production. Okay? This is the very heart of what makes sub-Saharan Africa. Okay. Here, just to have a look at one very important additional statistic, with all this export coming from sub-Saharan Africa, how much does sub-Saharan Africa account for in terms of global trade value? We know there are vast resources coming from there, but look at the bottom line in terms of global trade value. Look at that. 0.5%, 1975, 0.95%, going down to 0.1. To 0.1.
Think about that. He said, Cameron said, like, if this is all true, then they need to look into where all the money is going. That's supposedly supposed to help out Africa improve. That's the thing. They're not. The money is going nowhere. It's not going to Africa. It's not going to Africa. You know what I'm saying? The point of this is to keep Africa poor. So if Africa was allowed to sell their materials, or their governments were smart enough to not let them do this, then you will see a rise. Because he's like, remember in the beginning, he said if Africa did something different, then the economies would crash all across the world in the European and American provinces. But they part of the exact reason why Africa can't sustain anything.
Meaning that with all these vast resources being produced, how much are they getting for it? Nothing. Nothing. This is a very significant piece of data. Then I just want to show you what has happened to sub-Saharan Africa, because what we know, and from all studies, no country ever develops without manufacturing.
He said no country. Now listen, he said no country ever develops without manufacturing. So I want y'all to keep that in mind with what y'all like going forward in this video. Keep that in mind, manufacturing. Notice how in the black community in America or in poor communities there's no manufacturing. There's no making of anything because manufacturing is the key to creating jobs. If I make a plant that we're going to make cars here, that creates jobs. Therefore, the economy or in that surrounding area will improve. So just think about that, manufacturing.
All studies, no country ever develops without manufacturing. Okay, producing raw materials will not take you anywhere. Producing basic agricultural goods will not take you anywhere.
The key to the reason why Africa keeps selling out is because the government leaders they in their pockets basically. You know what I'm saying? They keep giving them they keep selling them the land with the rich raw materials. That's why there's no infrastructure in Africa. You know what I'm saying? There's no economic infrastructure that improves the condition. You know what I'm saying? And I just found out, let me drop that bombshell on you. The entire Bible takes place in Africa. I found an old map that had places like Beersheba, Israel, Jordan, like all of that is in South Africa, man. I have to show you guys those videos later, but if you guys want to see something like that, or just do a live stream where we watch stuff like that, just let me know.
And let's have a look at how much manufacturing activity takes place in sub-Saharan Africa. We can look over the last 15 odd years, 15, 20 years. And we see manufacturing has actually declined as a percentage of the total. This is percentages of total production in sub-Saharan Africa. How much of it is accounted for by manufacturing?
Oh, thank you for the super chat, Elaine.
So this figure here is 17% of the total. Most of the rest, when we talk of industry, it includes manufacturing, but the bulk of it is mining.
I'm tired. Yeah, I'm real tired.
Raw material extraction.
I'm real tired.
This is the bulk of it. And here we see actually raw material extraction has stayed the same. What has caused industry to fall is the fall in manufacturing production. This is deliberate because we will never, as Western economists, as Western policymakers, we cannot afford to allow Africa to industrialize and start producing manufactures. Okay, so we will do everything to stop that. And I'm going to show you how we actually block that. It's obvious in certain ways, but it's less obvious in other ways. Now, we have actually seen periods of rapid growth in sub-Saharan Africa, misleading people, saying, oh, you know, we're now doing much better. And this has happened recently. Recently, I've had students come and tell me, we've done much better now. And you can see growth rates.
Man, Elaine is the MVP.
Quite sharply in recent times. Now are starting to go again down. But if you look historically, the same thing happened earlier. Why? Because in these two periods, we had East Asian rapid industrialization processes. So in the earlier period, we had Japan and Korea and Taiwan. Okay, rapid growth, sucking in raw materials from Africa, driving up the prices, and then sub-Saharan African countries grew, exporting raw materials.
Said changing Africa is going to have to start with bloodshed of certain groups there because of corrupt government. I ain't say that. That was in the chat. Cameron said that, not me. I didn't say it.
Sub-Saharan African growth rate again fell. Okay, but along comes China. Next wave. Okay, again, sub-Saharan African growth rises, but now China is going down. As many of you now know from the press, China is going down. But sub-Saharan Africa is going down even faster. And we're going to go back to where we were again, with very low prices of raw materials, very low growth rates, and again, the sorts of poverty that we saw once before. Because, bottom line, sub-Saharan Africa is condemned to this role, just the supplier of raw materials, not a manufacturer.
So when I thought about like they're not a manufacturer, which means nobody in that country is working to produce the raw material. So nobody's mining. But they're only suppliers. But nobody's buying from them. They get it for almost nothing.
Very recent data showing emerging markets that produce raw materials against emerging markets that produce manufacturers. And you can see now with the weakness in the global economy, it's the emerging markets, that's the red line. It's those countries that are suffering the most, the emerging markets producing raw materials. They're suffering the most. And here it translates into their currencies being butchered. Okay? The currencies are collapsing of these countries, and many of them are sub-Saharan African countries. Some of them are Latin American countries, okay, who also rode that same wave. They thought that raw material production was going to save them. But now they're facing terrible problems. And I'm sorry to say, it's just going to get worse in the next 2 years. It's not going to get any better. And this is what it does in terms of gross domestic product.
Right.
It's the blue line you should look at. It's the blue line compared with the red line. And what we know is that blue line is really going to go down sharply in the next 2 years. Okay, so relative to the rest of the world, sub-Saharan Africa is going to suffer. Again, why? Because it's condemned to this raw material production. This is basically why. How is it condemned to that? Well, the first and most important is the economic structures. After colonization ended, we needed new structures to keep these countries where they were. Okay? And the first of those is aid. Okay? We give them aid. Aid for what? Actually, we give them aid to keep repressive regimes in power. That's
give them aid. So the first thing they do to suppress them is to give them aid to keep suppressive regimes in power. So, Cameron, you right on point. Keep suppressive regimes in power. So I need y'all to really think about that. That's like when the U.S., I don't know if the CIA, FBI, or anything, when the crack epidemic happened. How are these hood dudes with no money getting the military grade guns in the hood? Think about that. Think about that. If they wasn't getting those guns, the hood wouldn't be the hood, basically. So how are they doing this? So, and what he just said about give them aid, it just kind of reminded me of that for some reason.
all. Okay, we're not giving them aid for much more except a little bit of infrastructure to make sure those raw materials get to the ports and aren't gotten out of the ground. But for the most part, we give repressive regimes money and power and guns to keep that system going. This is what it's fundamentally about. All the hypocrisy about transparency and democracy and bullshit like that, it's all bullshit. You know? And at least the Chinese don't enter into that bullshit. They say, we don't care about the whole political environment, we just give the money. Okay? And it's for raw material extraction, period. Okay? Number two, and this was a very...
Because the suppressive regimes in power, they in their pockets. That's why they can't do nothing. That's why they can't do nothing, because the governments, you know what I'm saying? And it must be a little bit more to it than that, to the reason why, you know, those suppressive governments stay in power like that, you know, but it's no different from what we do in America. Like, nobody that deserves those political positions and stuff, nobody does. The people who want to run and really want to make a difference are the same people that never get in office. So they keep the people in office in Africa that are going to keep the agenda going, basically.
Important one still is debt. I was telling some of my students today, was it today or yesterday, about Confessions of an Economic Hitman. You remember this? Have any of you heard of this one?
Right,
Confessions of an
Christina.
Economic Hitman. It's a book written by John Perkins, who used to work for a very nebulous, opaque bank. No one had ever heard of this bank.
Wait a minute, what's the name of that book?
Have any of you heard of this one? Confessions of an Economic Hitman. It's a book written... Have any of you heard of this one? Confessions of an Economic Hitman. It's a book...
Confessions of an Economic Hitman. Let me see. I want to see if this is on Audible, actually. Let's see. Because I'm already listening to this one. This is the book I'm reading right now. But hold on, let me see. So I can show you Oh shoot, they actually got it. They actually got it, bro. Right here. The cover looks just like this. The cover looks just like this. Let me see. Let me see if I can get some of it to play.
This is Blackstone Audio presents The New Confessions of an Economic Hitman by John Perkins. This book is read by Tom Taylorson.
Oh shoot. Is it free? Oh shoot. I got the book. What? When did I? Wait a minute, is the book free? It's just on. Like, I searched for it and this is just like here. Hold up. Get 3 extra credits. It's a 12-hour book. Ooh. It's free. Dude. All right, let's keep playing this because I'm keeping this going a little bit too long.
Written by John Perkins, who used to work for a very nebulous, opaque bank. No one had ever heard of this bank. But it was formed in the 1950s by the IMF, the CIA, and the American State Department. And it had only one job: to lend money to developing countries that were raw material producers in order to indebt them. Once you are in my debt, I control you.
Oh.
And this bank had 4,000 employees. But no one ever heard of this bank, you see. But it would go to country after country, offering loans. And if the president did not accept a loan, they were killed. And he gives 2 examples of presidents who were killed when they did not accept the loan. You see, the lending is also very important to trap the country. It's very important. It's part of that process. I teach...
The borrower is always slave to the lender. That's biblical. That's a biblical proverb right there. The borrower is always slave to the lender. So the fact that they was just lending money, and when the country accepted, now you're in my control. That's deep. That's deep.
In Suriname. And Suriname in recent times had a huge foreign exchange reserve. So big they didn't need to borrow money. And then one of my students who was very high up in government, he said, you know, the IMF is trying to convince us to borrow money from foreigners. Why? I thought, sorry about this, but, this is the game. And in the end, Suriname did borrow this money because the IMF said, if foreigners lend to you, then everyone will think Suriname is such a strong economy that foreigners are interested in lending to you. You understand? Before Lula came to power, the previous president in Brazil, Cardoso, his predecessor, took a gigantic international loan. No necessity for taking the loan. Why? Because once I catch you with the debt strings, I hold you forever. You are my prisoner. Okay, so debt has been this huge spider's web which has trapped sub-Saharan Africa and keeps them held there. Aid, debt. we have a third structure, which is again not known by many people, but it's something that was put in place and continues to this very day, with no one discussing it. No one says anything about it. It is monopoly buying structures. This is for all raw materials and basic agricultural goods produced by developing countries. There are only 4 or 5 Western multinationals that buy all those goods. And they collude between them. So if you take any major product, these Western multinationals, they collude between them. Even if we go down to banana production, we had a PhD done here at the ISS.
Wow.
And the person showed that the 4 or 5 major multinationals, they collude, and in order to make sure their control is total, what they do is they force all the producers to produce the same uniform banana. You know, the crap you buy in the West and has no taste at all. You go to any developing country, you know how a banana tastes, don't you? There's so many of them, lots of varieties, but we only market 1 or 2 types, so we have control, you see.
Whoa.
You don't produce at the price I want you to produce.
So you mean to tell me in other countries there are many different types of bananas, but they only market 2 bananas here in America. So we not even eating the best bananas.
The next country, you see, we get control. So these buyers, they impose that control, and they keep pushing the prices down and down and down. Okay, this is the game. No one says anything about it. There are no commissions of inquiry to say this is illegal.
What's up, Jonathan? Well, the system discussion brought us here. So this is why they want Africa to stay poor. But he's discussing the global economic system, basically. So this is something that you might want to hear.
What you're doing. The WTO has nothing to say about this. But sorry to say, you know, if banana prices rose 10 times, especially for people like me who love bananas.
Shoot, man, I'm about to start going to the gym 7 days a week, bro. So, yeah, I done gained too much weight back.
Okay, I protest. I like my living standards. Okay, it's the same with all the other raw materials, you see. We're all benefiting. We're complicit. We're actually complicit in this because we will protest and shout out if the situation ever changed. Okay, now we come to those international institutions. And I must tell you this from the outset. Don't think of them as wicked. IMF, World Bank, WTO. We always think evil creatures. Horrible. It's not. It's just economics. It's economic warfare. The rich declare war on the poor. It happens everywhere. It happens in a country. The rich control the government. Of course they do. You really believe you have democracy? Come on. You know, I mean, grow up. This is not about people living in democratic systems. What we have is the rich control. The rich set up these institutions explicitly to control the poor countries. And they don't give them much room for maneuver. Which, incidentally, when the IMF starts talking of poverty alleviation, you should also understand that there's another game they're also starting to play, which I'm going to come back to later. But what do these institutions do? What does the IMF do? What is structural adjustment about? It's about making sure countries keep producing what we want them to produce. We make sure they have recurrent problems.
Right. I don't know if he mentions Klaus Schwab, but yeah.
Notice, these countries never get out of balance of payments problems. You notice that? Whereas countries that never took IMF support are always out of balance of payments problems. But the countries that are continuously getting advice and support by the IMF, they're always in balance of payments problems. Why? Because that's the way we keep our stranglehold on them. And that's what we have done.
See, Tom MacDonald is talking about the American system. But this American system is a world system. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely more intricate than what we believe. Because this right here, I'm showing this to y'all, but I listened to this earlier. And now just going back through it again, like I'm starting to see, you know what I'm saying, where these ideals are pocketed in America.
We have done, the IMF and the World Bank. And they've also done something very, very important. And that is they have destroyed the self-sufficiency of these countries. Colonization started it. Okay? One of the most important things is we destroy food self-sufficiency. Okay? And the World Bank continued it. They forced most countries to eliminate all food subsidies and food support. Okay? Because once you don't produce your own food, I increase my control of you.
Listen to that. Once you don't produce your own food, think about it, man. While we're serving these like distractions, there are food banks, farms and stuff getting put on fire. The entire food supply is dying out. You know what I'm saying? Just think about it when you go to the corner store, where the corner store always have these certain type of chips, or they have bread, or they have like some of this stuff is like missing on the shelves. You know what I'm saying? Like this stuff, man, I'm telling you, let us go.
How do we know this? Well, very funny thing happened some years ago. Not so funny, actually. It involved starvation of a large number of people in Malawi. Okay? Many of you could remember this because it was really tragic. But the Malawian finance minister, who was under terrible threat at the time, suddenly broke ranks and he said, well, you know why we had this famine? Because one of the conditions of the loan given by the World Bank was we destroyed all our grain surplus stocks. Why? Because remember, we want you dependent. 1970s, the US Senate, the US Congress said, we will not allow Latin America to produce their own food. We will start a strategy involving the IMF and the World Bank to destroy food self-sufficiency of Latin America.
Wow.
And they will indeed be our true backyard. And that's exactly what they've done. Look at all the Latin American countries. Look at them. They used to be food self-sufficient, but they're no longer food self-sufficient. Now here comes the kicker. This is the beautiful part of it. I congratulate them. You know I admire them because they do it so well. Okay? I know it sounds really perverse.
Like it's weird because you gotta respect your enemy in such a way. Like they do it so well. It's like, wow. Your mind is almost blown like these dudes are really that smart or that conniving or that cunning. You know what I'm saying?
But we have now in the WTO something called the Agreement on Agriculture. Okay? You know what that Agreement on Agriculture states? It says, if you don't have any subsidies, you're not allowed to put these subsidies on food. But if you have subsidies and income support for food production, you can keep them. Who has all the subsidies and income support? US, Europe. The largest budgets in the world for supporting their farmers are Europe and US. But the World Bank and IMF have destroyed all those subsidies. You see, all those subsidies have been destroyed. And now we're telling these countries, you don't have subsidy, tough luck, you know. You see, we're keeping them dependent. We're keeping them on a string. I have 5 minutes, so I have to be choosy about what I say next. We have lots of examples in the WTO to really stop Africa industrializing. This is the crucial thing. We cannot allow them to produce manufacturers. It's not difficult. Trust me, it's not difficult. We need nationalist governments. We need them committed to industrialization, and it won't take them a decade to move out from where they are. This is the fundamental point. It's not difficult. But this next round of the WTO is designed to block that. If we had time, I would go through all the different things that they're trying to put into place to block anyone else getting on top of the ladder. You've read this book of Hajun Chang, Kicking Away the Ladder. You see, when we become rich, we make sure the others can't climb up the ladder and join us. Okay? And this is what this next Doha round is about. It's to make sure, especially sub-Saharan African countries, do not escape.
Well, he did mention earlier about the colonization. Colonization started it, but the World Banks continued it.
Since I have about 3 minutes left, I'm going to go to this economic ideology thing, because this is important for academics. You see, we teach, in many cases, garbage. And it doesn't hurt anyone, a lot of this garbage. You know, it's a blah, 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 blah. And we don't know what we have learned, but anyway, we were there at the university and you got a certificate and you go away and you feel you've learned something. But sometimes we teach very destructive things. And no more important than when we're teaching people from developing countries. Okay? And one of those very damaging and destructive things is the doctrine of comparative advantage. It's a lie from beginning to end. It's utter crap. It has been decimated many times, but we keep it in every curriculum. Why? Because it tells sub-Saharan African countries that their destiny is to produce raw materials, you see. And if you produce raw materials, you get rich just like we are in the West. You see, this is the game we're playing, and just for you to be totally confused, we normally build models with it, mathematical models, so you really have no idea what we're talking about, but it seems all very scientific. Then we have the modern version of this is because it's all a failure, we know it's a failure, we now have a new generation of economists saying, it's only a failure because you're all corrupt in your countries. We call that new institutional economics. You've all probably learnt it all, but you didn't know why they invented it. It was invented to tell you the same thing. You should keep producing raw materials.
Right, Tina.
Now, don't be as corrupt as you were before. Nobody ever told you that aid was designed to actually start the corruption process in the first place. Okay, and we need corruption to make sure you're doing all these things. But now we blame the victim. You're poor because it's your fault, basically. And you're poor, stupid.
All right, think about this. He said, we blame the victim, right? He said, you're poor. You know what I'm saying? He said that you're poor because you don't work hard enough. Let me go back.
The victim. You're poor because it's your fault, basically.
You're poor because it's your fault. Now, I want y'all to translate that into the racial issues that we have here, where black folks are saying there's a system controlling the narrative to why we can't get ahead. But then America is telling us you're poor because you guys can't get your community straight. So it's like that ideal right there he just talked about. It's the same ideal people perpetuate on black Americans. That's saying that we need to bring ourselves up. But like we're aware something's happening, right? You know what I'm saying? But you blaming the victims. You know what I'm saying? There's an economic structure that's keeping us down. Just like in Africa, they're doing it in urban neighborhoods. There's no infrastructure. Bro, if I've delivered mail in poor neighborhoods for the last 7 years, there's never a supermarket close by. Like a Publix or HEB or Albertsons or anything like that. There's nothing like that within the confines of the neighborhood. You have to go up the road to get that. You know what I'm saying? But they'll never put it in that neighborhood. But they got corner store, hair store, liquor store, church. That's not economics. That's not economics. You know what I'm saying? That same ideal he just said, that's I could correlate that and put that back in what's happening with the black community.
These things. But now we blame the victim. You're poor because it's your fault, basically. And you're poor, stupid, and corrupt, basically. This is the message that we're giving people. We also have many theoretical justifications, but I'm going to say something controversial to end. And she's happy that I'm ending.
That's really cool, Elaine. You need to send me some beef. You know what I'm saying? You got some lamb? Let me know if you got some lamb. You know what I'm saying? But y'all gonna have to cut and quarter it yourself. Because I ain't that good with a knife.
Because she has to discipline me. And that is, there are also what I call more enlightened approaches, but which are also...
Hey, Fractional, we won't get in that conversation. Because you'll get the live shut down on that one.
And this is where I come back to the IMF and the World Bank. You see, now they're all into poverty alleviation. They want you to concentrate on redistributing income. And it's something nice. You're young people, you're socially conscious, you're aware. You don't like all this injustice. So you gravitate towards what we call pro-poor strategies. But actually, I'm sorry to tell you, that is not what Africa needs. Africa needs aggressive industrialization. When China was a communist country and we had equal distribution, who feared China? Who took them seriously? They weren't even the size of the Netherlands.
Wow.
Today, I can't open an internet site. I can't open a magazine. I can't open a newspaper without China, 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 China. And we know what has built China. It's not socialism or communism, it's capitalism, guys. It's manufacturing, it's production. This is what creates employment. This is what created jobs. I'm not pro-capitalist, but this is the reality.
I just said that. I just said that.
Get caught with the good cop, bad cop. The good cop is now IMF saying, oh, you must concentrate on poverty reduction and income redistribution. As long as we can take you away from industrialization. This is the crucial thing. You know? I leave it at that. And I'm sorry I took so much.
That's deep. You know what I'm saying? Rate that on a scale of 1 to 10 on pure deepness. Like that was deep. And this is what I'm always talking about, like on certain things, and a lot of people disagree with me. But these are systematic structures that are in place to keep people down. You know what I'm saying? And these are the type of reactions I'm gonna get back into. These are the type outside of the music reactions, which is pretty much the staple of this channel. But I'll be getting back into the music reactions, but I'm really trying to, you know what I'm saying, just like bring awareness to the stuff that I research, because I worry about how I present it to you guys. And I don't want to ever come out like super biased with how I see things. The name of the video is why the West want Africa to stay poor. So there's another one. There's actually another one I was looking at. I'm trying to see if I can find it. Oh yeah, I like to watch pimple pop and stuff, so don't mind that stuff. Nah, that's too far back. Let me check. Watch later. I think it's in my watch later. What's up, Baza? All right, so she got something. She got this YouTube page. She got some interesting titles, and she got some interesting videos that I really want to react to. And they own everything. You will own nothing. Like what's really behind the Great Reset. The dark side of philanthropy. How money is used to make you hate. You know, your bank is lying to you. These are videos I want to react to for you guys. You know what I'm saying? So I like later on, like I'm gonna be reacting to this stuff. Am I subscribed to her? Okay. You know what I'm saying? She got some interesting videos I'm gonna take a look at though. But I didn't want to stay on too long tonight. But this might be something that I do on the live streams. We might listen to some music. Like what I want to do is like, okay, we start out, we listen to some music, and then we get into this kind of stuff that, you know what I'm saying, that we all need to know. You know what I'm saying? Like we had 30, I think we had 35 people in here listening to that. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, man, shout out to Tom. That video will be up as soon as I you know what I'm saying, as soon as the live stream is over. You know what I'm saying? I love deep diving into things that's the kind of evolution I want to bring to the channel, basically. But yeah, that's what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? I want to be a different type of reactor. Like I want to give y'all the music reaction, give y'all the bar breakdown, but I also want to give you guys information too. And then we could all sit here and learn something together. I actually thought about like the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard stuff. Like I thought about watching that live with y'all. But hey, shout out, thank you Elaine for the $50 dono. Shout out to everybody who came into the chat, man. That's all I got for you guys tonight. Continue to keep an eye on the community tab, man, because that's where I really get a feel for the channel. Yeah, I'm down to check out documentaries on artists, even mainstream artists. You know what I'm saying? Just you know, sometimes just to give us like information. He say check out Sons of Saturn, Quantum Mechanics, or other tracks part of Empty Handed Warriors crew. Unknown. Oh, okay. You can hit the reaction request link in the description box of each video. You know what I'm saying? Let me know. I still gotta finish that one because somebody requested like 100 BTS songs, and I got dried out. I got dried out on BTS, and I ain't went back in a while. BTS burnt me out. Even though I like BTS, it burnt me out a little bit. There's battle rap stuff. I don't know if you guys saw my recent videos. And the audio's a little funky, I think. But oh yeah. Yeah. Dude, once you get trapped in the BTS hole, bro, it's a wrap. Your whole channel. But the only thing I don't like about reacting to BTS is that nobody that's fans of BTS, they don't subscribe to the channel. They don't. They'll come for the videos, watch your reaction, but the ratio between those who subscribe versus the ones that watch it, it's like 2% to 98%. 98% not subscribed and 8% subscribed. But yeah. So we like 200 subs. When did we go over 800? Dude, we just hit 700 yesterday. Holy crap. That is a nice thumbnail though, I ain't gonna lie. That is a nice thumbnail though. Oh, that thumbnail fire though. That thumbnail fire though. I like that. I like that thumbnail. um right. All right, so there was a couple of reactions you guys missed. These three right here. These freestyles right here, I'm doing like an advanced series on lyricism. So if you guys who don't know much about rap or anything, who care, you guys go check out those videos right there. Sorry for the audio issues in those videos. Dang, man, the Adam Calhoun reaction almost at 200K. So I don't know. I might just keep it like that. Like I don't think I'm gonna just break it up into a separate video. I just hit it with timestamps and I think that'll be it. You know what I'm saying? Feel free to join the membership. I might end up locking, making my Discord only like members only. I haven't decided yet, but you can still join the Discord by hitting the link. And what else? We got merch. You know what I'm saying? If you go hit up the spread shop, man, you can go ahead and get your mugs, beanie. We got shirts just with this logo here. Where's the? I thought I had the Oh yeah, the fitted cap, the Mafia fitted cap right here. You know what I'm saying? And that was just, these are like just test runs, but they actually came out pretty good actually. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of designs that I have ideas for. But I might move, you know what I'm saying? I might move away from Mugs Mafia. I might go to like the MTC gang, Mugtechcommunity gang. So I'm having a hard, like if anybody are really good with making up community names, please let me know. Please let me know so we can come up, brainstorm, come up with a community name for the channel. But normally community names kind of just come out. But let me get out of here. I'll talk to you guys later. Shout out to Tom. Shout out to Nova. Shout out to Evan. Shout out to Hangover Gang, man. I appreciate you guys for coming on. Just let me know in the comment section of this video if you guys want to check out more information. Enlighten. I'm about to enlighten you. All right, you guys. I'll catch y'all later, all right? Peace. Hey, what's up, Gia? Gia must be behind. All right, you guys. See you later. All right, Christina. Thank you. It's a little quiet in the Discord. Just don't be alarmed, man. We still building it.